Hello and welcome to our podcast, Connecting and Supporting Others. I am Mira Reis and I am delighted to have you here with us. Enjoy! So welcome everybody from beautiful Isle of Man. I am very happy today. We have our special guest, Lisa. Welcome, Lisa, here.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you very, very much. I will say only one skills which you have, and I would like you to say more about yourself. Lisa is artist, and okay, I said too, a teacher. Please continue because I know we have a lot of in your bio. Please.
Yeah, well, I'm actually a qualified primary school teacher, which I've done for over 2 decades. But now I've come out of the classroom and I'm now the owner of Exquisite with Heart and Xquizit Learners. And within those two, I am an artist and a teacher of adults and children, because now I've moved into online tutoring, children under the age of 8. And I've also moved into working more with the parents, so on a coaching kind of consultancy level, where I'm now mentoring them and helping them to be empowered to teach their own children rather than call out for a tutor to help with that support. So any extra help that they feel their children might need outside of school, then I'm the person that can help them to become the very best educator to do what they need to do instead of reaching out for someone else. Because at the end of the day, let's face it, the parent is the number one educator from when they're born, and probably the very best educator they'll ever have. Yes. And I also, like I say, I'm an artist, so I paint. I've always painted, but now I'm out of the classroom. I have some more time on my hands as well to do that. And so I'm really enjoying that and getting more into my graphic arts. And I'm also illustrating my own books. So hopefully I'll be doing lots more illustrating. So very exciting.
Yeah, definitely it is. And I do love your idea that you educate parents how to educate their children, because how you said, parents are the most important part of the life of the kids. And if they know how to educate them in the best way, because we are like, when we are small, we're like a sponge. We are absorbing everything around us, and parents are the first. So it's great idea actually to support this. And maybe tell us a little bit about your book, please. Sorry, you wanted to say.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you about my book, but I was just going to say, you're absolutely right, Mira, because in fact, that's my favorite thing about what I do. I've spent all these years working with children, and now to be able to work closer with the parents, because, although it was always a partnership and a very important relationship, because education doesn't happen in isolation, it is very much teamwork between parents and the school. I now get to do that thing, which is really immerse myself in working with the parents and then in turn working with the children. So I just love that. So I just wanted to tell you that that's what excites me the most. Yeah, the book is I'm hoping to do some children's books, which I've started with a friend of mine. So that's very exciting. And so I've already started working on the illustrations for that. And also I'm going to be writing my own book, which I have got in what do you call it when you start and you've got all your plans and you've laid out exactly what you're going to do for each chapter and how it's going to be set out. So it's very early stages with those, but obviously the collaboration with my friend on the children's books is moving a bit faster, so I think we'll be seeing those a lot sooner, so that's very exciting.
Oh, great. Congrats.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Mira. It's about teaching children to become good citizens and potential leaders, and to know that they have, all of everything about them they're going to be able to move forward in life, regardless of what happens, even if they don't do as well in school as they hoped, that this won't hold them back. It's that sort of idea of empowering children to just go out and get what they want and not to let anything stand in their way.
Wow, it's amazing. Actually, this is very good idea, because I think not only adults but children needs this a little bit like empowering and to start to believe in themselves, because I think in this time, people are a little bit low with self-esteem, and they don't want to show up, and then have self-doubt and everything. And it's very, very important to realize that everybody have great gifts, and we are here to share it with others. We just need this courage to step out from our comfort zone. So we do a great job actually when you are writing and illustrating this book, and I will be more than happy when you are ready. We can do kind of talk and do promotion together, put it on the social media and support the great idea. I'm here for you to help.
Thank you. And what I love about this, what we're doing, is that everything that you said about how it's important for everyone, adults as well, is that children have developed so much by the age of 7 that they've already got elements of their personality. Their mind is already, lots of parts of their brain and the connections have been made. So it's really important that we reach children as early as we can to reinforce these important things, so that they come out from the very young age feeling that sense of individuality and uniqueness, and to see all of their strengths and even recognize their weaknesses. And sometimes you can use these in the correct way by getting other people to help you fill in with those. So it's all about getting to know yourself, being a good citizen, and then potentially being a leader one day for other people.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, when we only have our, let's say, strengths and don't have weakness, we can't develop. I call this weakness as well our gift, because they are on somewhere, hidden deep inside, and we can recover them and, to work with them. And it's very important, I think, when you are talking to parents as well, to support them, to empower their children, to realize their true power, their true calling, why they are here, and they have everything what they need. They just need to start to believe in themselves, to be responsible, and to feel that everybody, they are in the loving environment. I think this is the most important for the child, know this important stuff. Yeah.
I'm really glad you said that, actually, because it sort of brings me on to the next part of it, which is that in promoting the children and encouraging them to be the best they can be, it's really important for parents to also be realistic about it. So it's not just a case of saying, oh, you are just so amazing, you are the absolute best. It's about being specific about what you're talking about, because we don't want to overinflate children to believe that they can do anything, because in realistic terms, although they can achieve whatever they want with hard work and with effort, they're not going to be great at everything. They're going to have their strengths, and like we said, but they're going to have weaknesses or things that they're not as good at. So it's about empowering them to know what they did well within something. So for example, if a child is playing football, you wouldn't go, oh, that was just an amazing match, you were just brilliant, I just loved you. It would be more about saying to the children, do you know, I really loved when you went in and did that tackle and then you scored that goal off the side corner. That was really clever and skillful. Or the way you dribbled the ball, or the way you supported your teammates. So you're being very specific about what it is you liked, and you're not being unrealistic by saying to them everything they do is great. If they do a piece of work and you think, oh, I've seen you do better handwriting before, you can still be empowering them and making them feel good about themselves by saying what's great about what you see in front of you, maybe the content, but perhaps say, it would be even better if, and that's my favorite saying, even better if. And that's what I would remind parents, that, build them up, but also be realistic and empower them to do something more and make it even better, so that they've always got something to strive for and they don't just think they're brilliant at everything.
Yeah, yes, definitely. And actually, sometimes we parents are like, because we have kind of dreams and they didn't come true. So we are pushing these dreams into our children. We want them to do it. Somebody wanted to be a great pianist, and couldn't. We are projecting our wishes, our dreams to our children. But we need to, it's good, we need to, it's good when we leave them, to follow their own path. and to find out, figure out what talent they have and how can they use it, and to be in the flow, you know, to enjoy their life, because this is very, very important. And this is actually one of my, let's say, tool in my toolbox that I'm trying to support people to reveal their unique talents, you know, according to their date of birth, according name and everything. They are like, you know, Chinese astrology, Hebrew numerology. Then we can find out together. Of course, I am not blinded, you know, but you can figure out what energy you have in this life, which, you know, which vibration are more predominant now, and you can use them, you know, to be in the flow and to enjoy your life. So
that's very interesting, Mira, and that's just a wonderful thing that you're doing there, because again, I stand for, and I encourage the parents to get to know their children so well in a way of what their interests are and their passions. And that is so very key, because sometimes the children won't be able to even bring those out unless a lot of discussion happens. So, you know, a lot of communication is really important in getting to know your children and letting them try different things, go out to visit places, day trips, try different sports, different activities, until they say, you know, I really like this and this is what interests me. Or, you know, they read different types of books. So then they find out, my son is just turned 6, and he's just discovered that what he really enjoys reading is factual books about non-fiction, which doesn't surprise me, because he's a little me and I'm exactly the same. And he has had his struggles with reading, even though he has a teacher as a parent. He hasn't always enjoyed it. Boys sometimes don't enjoy it as much, and he's a really good reader now, but he much prefers non-fiction to stories. And it's like, great, we found what you really enjoy. And it's so important, because those things will make the children soar once you've found those interests. And I mean, we only have to look at this wonderful lady that's just managed to win the US Open for Team GB. You know, she's a young girl from Bromley area in London, and you know, at 18, she's broken this record. And you know, I want all children to have the opportunity to break those records in their own life.
Yeah, definitely. So you can say this is actually your mission, because this is our next question. What is your mission and true calling? I love this last sentence which you said. Maybe you can continue a little bit.
Yeah, well, I want to, my mission is to empower parents or carers or anyone that's working with the children to be the very best educator that they can be, to have the skills, the knowledge, to be able to help their children to become the absolute very best. So that's really my mission. And in doing that, I like to help particularly, I'm into early years, so I'm an early years specialist. I've done a lot of teaching of early years during my career, and I love the children when they're just starting school and just learning everything, and they're learning through play. For my mission as well, part of my goals is to get children to learn through developmentally appropriate activities, and to learn through play and fun things. And really, anything you can teach them can be turned into a fun activity. It's just, you know, realistically, in a classroom with 30 children, sometimes it ends up, you know, being more of a paper and pencil task, or, you know, but if you're working with your child one-on-one, or if you choose to homeschool, the possibilities are endless with how exciting you can make that learning, and how you can drive it from their interests. So for me, that's what it's all about: taking your vision and your drive from the children of how to empower them forward in their learning, and how you can help with that.
Wow, I love it. It's amazing. I agree with you that, you know, children are in this early age, are flexible, and it, you know, when we try only educate the brain, you know, like a brain which is like logical, you know, for right people, you know, right-handed people, left, you know, part of brain, not like a creative part, you know. This is, you know, I do prefer kind of kind of harmony, maybe better in this early stage, when these artists, you know, this creative part of our brain is training, because, you know, logic, it's used all the time around us, and it's kind of closing us, you know, that we are, you know, too strict and we have limitation and everything, like, you know, that this is great mission. I love it. And I cross fingers for you that you can help as much people as possible.
Well, at the moment, I'm trying to really focus on those young ones, because I sort of try to help between the ages of 3 to 8. But I wanted to break it down because within the school system, children at different ages do different things. So I focused at the moment on the starters of school, but then I'll be moving into helping the children that are like in the middle of that infant age, where they're learning all the phonics and the reading and the writing, and all the really good stuff starts to happen, and the maths start really, you know, making connections with numbers, and then following through with the slightly older children who are coming to the end of their infant years and getting ready to go on to juniors. So, you know, it's a fun progression. And I've just started a membership as well for those very youngsters, where their parents are looking for them to be starting school either next year, or they might have already started, and the parents want to just be there for them the whole way and have the smoothest, you know, first year of school that's possible. And I'm able to support with, you know, live group support within the membership, and also helping for them to know everything they need to know, almost being like a fly on the wall in the class without being in the child's class, you know, having the inside knowledge of being a teacher and being able to answer their questions and just be there, and also support those that are home learning. So yeah, it's a really fun time. Yeah.
Definitely. And actually, how you said, having fun for kids is very important. You know, they can enjoy, they don't even feel like pressure, I need to learn this. They learn it like with the flow, energy is just going out and through and everything. Yep, it's great, really. I think it will be great if you know more people, you can help them, you know, to do like I don't know, networking for this, because it's really important. We are creating next generation. And this is the best way how to start to do, you know, to do something what we would like to see in the future. We need to work with children, definitely, and with parents as well. That's definitely, yeah.
And also, when the children first start school, it's so pivotal, because even if they start learning with you at home, or if they start school, it's such a pivotal time, because if they really enjoy it from the get-go and they're playing and they're thinking, oh, I didn't even know I was learning, you know, that's when they're going to get that love of learning that will carry through their whole life. And, you know, as I know that we have a lot in common, and we're lifelong learners, you know, constantly trying to strive for professional development and improve ourselves and learn new things. And that's what we want every little child that starts school to feel like, you know, that this is great fun, you know, and even go home to mum, what did you do all day? I played. I have no problem with them saying that, you know, because within that play, they will have learned a lot.
Much more than they are learning only, you know, with intellectual way. Yeah, great. Yeah. Super. Okay, so maybe we can go to next question. So image, you have a superpower and you can travel back in the time and you are meeting young Lisa. What kind of advice you will give yourself?
Oh gosh, I would tell her that she is capable of anything. That I would also tell her that not to be such a worrier, because I learned as an adult too late that is a complete waste of energy. And I would just say to her, just go for it, whatever you want, go for it. And I think the main thing I would tell her is to listen to her heart, to listen to herself, to get to know herself really well very early on, so that she can understand herself. And if she's doing something that isn't aligned with her or doesn't go with her core beliefs, don't do it. Take the next path. Because, you know, I think we all make mistakes in our lives. And so that would be great advice to my younger Lisa is, you know, listen to yourself, listen to your gut, take the path that is aligned with your core beliefs, your values, and what you really want to achieve. Don't stay in a job that's not making you happy. Don't stay with a person that's not fulfilling you, that sort of thing.
Wow, it's amazing. Yeah, I think it's very, very important when we follow our heart, when we follow what we really want to do, and not to expect others, oh, it's better for you like this, because nobody knows us like we do. So it's very important. Listen, maybe take some times when we are not sure, sometimes we are, of course, under pressure because everybody is saying, okay, you will be good lawyer. So you are 18 or 20, okay, I will be a lawyer. But if here inside you feel, maybe I like to play, the guitar or piano. But it's good, to sit somewhere and listen, try to listen our heart, or maybe talk to somebody who can encourage us to be yourself. I think this is very, very important for everybody. Actually, not only when we are young, maybe all the life, because sometimes when we are not, let's say, very harmonized, when we are in the trouble or overstress, we can be a little bit unsure, we have self-doubt. So it's important, to do this way. Great advice.
And I think if I told my younger self that, I'd probably be doing what I'm doing now sooner.
Yeah.
Very much so. So that would have been exciting too, because what I'm doing now is very fulfilling. And I think I've really found my purpose in life. So
yes, I can see it, I can feel it from her energy and everything. When we met before, I knew it, that you are on the right place. I think, no, you don't need to tell me this, but I think you know it. Yeah. Great. Okay, Lisa. So now we have other question. You have second superpower. It's lovely sunny day like we have now, and you can make a rain. You are a rainmaker. So we have sun and rain, so huge, lovely rainbow is in the sky. And you have opportunity to put your message in this rainbow for everybody who is ready to listen, to receive your message. What kind of message you will put there?
Wow, what a great question, Mira. My goodness. You're only allowed to put one message in that rainbow.
You can put more, don't worry. There is 7 colors. Don't limit yourself. How many would you like you put?
Do you know what? I think one of my big ones would be trust in the process. Listen to your heart. And give more than you take. So empower others and get your pleasure from giving to others without expecting anything in return.
Wow, this is great. Yes, I do love your mission, your messages. And actually,
sorry, it took me a while to think, because it's like, how do you just make it into just a little bit when you've got so much to tell the world?
Yeah. But actually, the people who are ready, to give more than take, and really they don't expect anything, for them, actually, on the end, they receive much more. How they are.
Yes.
Yep. Because this happiness, this joy which you have when you see others, how you help them, I think this if there is nothing else who could be, what could be more fulfilling for us, and to make us more happy.
And when I learned about the brain, Mira, I was so interested when I looked at the question I was asked the question, do you think giving or receiving causes more oxytocin or dopamine? I'm not sure which drug it is that comes and floods your brain. And the answer was, it's equal measure. So whether you are receiving or giving, you're getting the same amazing chemical reaction in your brain. And I was just like, yeah, that makes total sense. In fact, I might say that sometimes it's even more with giving.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, would like to add something on the end, or we said everything? What do you think? Would like to add more?
Just that I'm really, really grateful for you having me here today. And it's so nice to be able to talk to you about what lights me up, what makes me happy, what now fulfills me. And I hope I'll be doing it for a long time. And I love that you also share so many of those values, and I enjoy listening to your podcast, and thank you for having me.
Thank you very, very much. It was great pleasure having you here, and I hope we can talk later on. And Javi said we are ready to talk about your book and books in the future. So good luck for you. Thank you very, very much, Lisa.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Bye.